Mark your calendars. XRDC is coming back to San Francisco this October, and organizers are eager to make it the best show yet. Encompassing the rich diversity of immersive experiences, XRDC is the premier conference for virtual reality, augmented reality, and mixed reality innovation. This year is happening at the beautiful Fort Mason Festival Pavilion in San Francisco. The Vermont convivial VNUEWAGRA leading innovators, educators, and decision-makers can gather to trade insights and build relationships. There's no better place to be if you want to check out the latest tech while carrying knowledge with your peers. And now's the time to submit your pitches for talks. Specifically, the XRDC Advisory Board is now accepting submissions exploring virtual, augmented and mixed reality pertaining, but not necessarily limited, to healthcare, education, and training applications, as well as both game and non-game entertainment. If it's immersive and innovative, we want to hear about it. This year's XRDC sessions will be organized into 7 tracks, as follows. Make sure to review the XRDC submission guidelines before submitting your talk. But do not delay. The call for submissions will close on Monday, May 20th at 11:59 p.m. Pacific. For more details about XRDC, which is produced by organizers of the Game Developers Conference, check out the official XRDC website. You can also subscribe to regular updates via Twitter and Facebook. Gamasutra, XRDC and DGD are sibling organizations under parent Informa. Hey devs, just a quick heads up today that if you are thinking of bringing children with you while you attend ED 2019 next month, the advance deadline to register for the program is next Monday, February 18th. Registration is handled on a first-come, first-served basis, so it's a really good idea to register as soon as you can. It's of course possible to register on-site, but we cannot guarantee KD Corp will be able to accommodate on-site registrations, and doing so is not recommended. If you have never taken advantage of it before, know that the KD Corp Children's Program is for children ages 6 months through 12 years old, and will be situated within the Moscone Center in San Francisco, California. The KD Corp team charges an affordable hourly rate for their services, and snacks and beverages will be provided. But meals still need to be supplied by parents each day. Also, the KD Corp team will engage your children with activities they want to attend, providing you with that critical peace of mind, so you can attend your sessions and events well referred. Activities include exciting themes, arts crafts, group games, music movement, board games, story time, dramatic play, etc. KD Corp provides activities appropriate for each age group, using safe and steady equipment. Plus, children can make their own choices within KD Corp's program. To learn more about the service and register your child as a participant, head over to KD Corp ED 2019 Children as Program registration page. Again, make sure to register early as availability is limited and handled on a first-come, first-served basis. For more details on XRDC 2019, visit the show's official website, or subscribe to regular updates via Facebook, Twitter, OS. Gamasutra and DD are sibling organizations under parent company Informa. Newsbrief, a new report from Nikkei, via Gamasutra, claims Nintendo's rumored cut-price Switch will be designed with portability in mind, but will still be compatible with the console's television dock. It's a tidbit that adds an extra layer of intrigue to the Wall Street Journal's recent report, which suggested Nintendo was developing two Switch consoles, a premium model for those looking to upgrade, and a stripped-back device that might eventually replace the 3DS. Unlike the Wii, which wrote that both consoles would launch this summer, Nikkei claims the cheaper model will be unveiled this fall, and that meaningful work on the next-gen upgrade is yet to start. The next-generation device is a full model change of the current hardware, explained Nikkei's us, before adding, it's not clear who will lead creation of the concept. Westworld Mobile has shut down just 2 weeks after developer Behavior Interactive and publisher Warner Bros. Settled a lawsuit brought against it by Bethesda. Bethesda initially accused both companies of copyright infringement and misappropriation of trade secrets back in June, after noticing more than a few similarities between Westworld Mobile and Fallout Shelter. The Fallout developer subsequently took legal action and said the Westworld Mobile creators had outright copied the same or highly similar game design, art style, animations, features, and other gameplay elements as Fallout Shelter. Although Warner Bros. And Behavior said the accusations against them were completely baseless, they eventually settled the lawsuit after reaching an unknown agreement with Bethesda. Now, around 2 weeks after that agreement was brokered, Warner Bros. Has put the title from sale and switched the lights off for good. We are sorry to see the Westworld mobile game go, and had an incredible time creating the content and events for players to enjoy, reads a message posted on Twitter. We deeply appreciate our community's enthusiasm and participation in the game. Pic. Twitter.com Y7NS7 Castle Newsbrief. Romero Games is teaming up with Paradox Interactive for an upcoming game. Studio co-founder Brand Romero announced the team-up on Twitter this morning, and notes in a press release that the project itself is set to be a strategy game based on a new IP. There's a website and newsletter sign-up for the new project already, but outside of that, there's not much known about the title or the partnership quite yet. The game will mark the second major announcement of Romero Games in recent memory, following just after the Doom spiritual successor, Sigil Studio co-founder John Romero announced late last year. That project was created as a meta-want morph of the original 1993 release of Doom, and released as a free download this February. More information on this newest project, however, is due out at some point before E3. A few months ago the team at Insomniac Games released Marvel's Spider-Man, an astonishingly well-made open-world superhero game, and now many of them are headed to the 2019 Game Developers Conference in March to talk about what they learned. This is a great opportunity to learn useful game dev skills from some of the best in the business, so conference organizers want to make sure you do not miss out on all the exciting, informative Spider-Man talks taking place at the show this year. For example, you have probably already bookmarked creative director Brian Intier's talk on conquering the creative challenges in Marvel's Spider-Man, in which he will discuss 3 major hurdles they faced during the game's development, and how Insomniac Games overcame them in order to hit the team's creative narrative goals. But you might have overlooked senior engineer Rylan Ruskin's technically minded compliment to that talk. Marvel's Spider-Man, a technical post-mortem. This was Insomniac's biggest game to date, and Ruskin's talk looks back at how their technology evolved to make it possible, and the setbacks and pitfalls along the way. He will discuss the challenges of a rapidly growing asset count, and adapting rendering, streaming, and lighting to build an AR aesthetic that fits on a Blu-ray. He will also show the evolution of the Insomniac team's combat and the learning curve on making enemies and bosses that work with a natural Vasilila. He will cover the procedural tools for marking up Manhattan, and how their approach to building the city changed over time, as well as how the pedestrians, traffic, street vignettes, and random crimes grew from humble beginnings to an interactive part of a living city. Plus, Insomniac's Noah Alzaya will be delivering a great presentation on Super-Humans of New York, managing the many phases in Marvel's Spider-Man. That promises to be intriguing, especially if you have any interest in facial animation or face management in games. With more and more AAA projects relying on subcontracting outside companies to create high-end facial rigs, this talk will go over how Insomniac Games' rigging team created a mostly drama-free pipeline for integration, feedback,